Vinny from Sky Sports. Hi, Jurgen. Can you describe the mood within the camp, and can you also bring us up to date with how Thiago is? Has he trained? Is he fully fit to play? And has Fabinho come through this week of training as well without any problems? And is he match ready?
Mood is good, very good. I'm really excited about being here now, getting a feeling for a stadium, for the occasion. And yes, that's all good. And yeah, it looks good for both Thiago. Fabinho trained completely normal. Thiago trained yesterday with the team, will train today, and then we go from there.
Okay, there was one in the middle, please, in the white shirt.
Hi, Jurgen. Aramsak, I'm from Vivaro Media Armenia. Tomorrow you have the chance to win Champions League with Liverpool for the second time. Will this victory be sweeter and more special than the one in 2019 because of the team you are facing tomorrow, the most decorated team in this competition, Real Madrid?
I have no idea how it will feel if we win it. To be honest, you have to ask me that question after the game. In a moment, we are more in the mood to prepare that we can give them a real game, a proper fight. Yes, you're right. It's the most decorated club. It's a team where some players can win it the fifth time. It's a team where the manager can win it the fourth time. That all says a lot, obviously. So we cannot buy this experience now or get it overnight. The only thing I can say, we feel we have not the same experience, but we experience meanwhile as well. We are here the third time in 5 years. That's special as well. So no, the only thing we are thinking about is how to prepare the game, how to play the game, and these kind of things. I didn't think for a second how it would feel if, because I'm patient enough to wait for that moment and tell you then.
Okay, right behind. Yeah.
Hi, Jurgen. Fred Caldeira, TNT Sports Brazil. I know you have been answering a lot of questions about the revenge, and when you hear the other boys, it seems to be quite specific for Mo, at least the intensity of it, of how he feels for this game, and how you as a manager make sure that it helps him to play even better instead of being in his way, as in taking over too much this field.
Nobody has to worry about Mo and that he takes too much. It's completely normal. For him, it was a very special situation. We all lost that day. But he got injured early in the game. He's now in a very good shape. He was then in a very good shape. So obviously it feels for him different. You ask him, that's a normal feeling. We all get motivated by different things. It's not that I have here 26, 27 players and they all get motivated by different things. It's completely fine. And I have no problem with that. The only thing is if that's the only motivation, but it's not a case in most cases, that's the only motivation he has. But it's normal that he wants to put the things right. We want to put things right. We want to. We didn't forget what happened that time, but it's just a while ago, and we cannot not come here and tomorrow I show the movie of that game, and that's enough motivation for the game. That makes no sense. We have so many reasons that we give our absolute everything tomorrow night, and this might be one reason, but not the reason. That's it.
Here in the middle, please. Yeah.
Hi, Jurgen. Ian Layden from the Daily Mail. The pitch is new. Even from the press box, it looks a bit fresh and a bit lush. You have any concerns about that? And in particular, do you feel that you'll be able to let the players train freely on it this evening?
Oh, yeah. Usually when I say the pitch looks new, that's good news, because I have a pitches. This pitch is new since yesterday. That's obviously not best news, but for both teams. I have no idea how it will be now out there on the pitch, but we will do a completely normal session, what we planned to do. That's not a lot, obviously, that moment in time of this moment of the season. I saw the refs a bit with their session. That the good news is the ball drops normal. That's helpful. And you can see the lines where they put the different pieces of the pitch in. That's obviously not probably what we are all used to, but again, that's not a problem, because the good news is both teams play on this pitch. The that somebody thought it's a good idea to bring the pitch a day before the game into the stadium. That's an interesting idea, to be honest. But it's like it is, and it will not. Didn't kill my mood for 1%. I'm really happy that we are here, and we would have played on beton, if you ask me. So that's fine. Now we are here and we play the game, and that's it. As long as both teams have the same circumstances, I'm fine with it.
Okay, the gentleman in the white shirt, please.
Hello, Coach. Karim Balde for TV5 Monde Afrique. I have two questions. The first one about Sadio Mane. Can you tell us his mindset prior to this final? Because we heard some rumors about sending him to Bayern München. And he has a very long season with the AFCON and with the World Cup qualifiers as well. So what is his mindset prior to this final? And my second question is about Naby Keita, because he has a very consistent season for the first time, I think, since he arrived in Liverpool, because there were no major injury for him this season. So what is your view on Naby Keita's season? Thank you.
So Sadio is in the shape of his life, for sure. He's in a brilliant shape. It's a joy to watch him in the moment, training in the game. We ask him a lot. Football asks him a lot this year. An incredible long season, a lot of finals and these kind of things. So that's for sure so far one of the most successful as well for him and for us. The Bayern Munich rumors, I couldn't care less in a moment. We are all fully focused on this game. Sadio is completely focused on the game. He knows exactly how important it is to him and how important it is to us. And so no concerns, completely normal. It's not the first time in my career that before decisive games, Bayern Munich rumors coming up. Don't know exactly what I did that happens, but no problem at all. Naby, right? How it is for all of us, especially for players more than for me, it's important that we can train consistently and play consistently. That's possible when you are not injured, and that's what happened to Naby this year. He's in a perfect age. He's got more and more experience. After the adaptation from the beginning, when Sadio came here, it was that's the normal period when you arrive at Liverpool or when you arrive in my team, that you usually need time to adapt. In this area, especially in midfield, Fabinho needed that time and these kind of things. The problem was when after Naby adapted, he got injured. Or in that time already, and that's not helpful. Though now he's as well in the shape of his life, I would say. Really good, played a really good season for us. Incredibly important player. So that's it.
Right here, the gentleman, in the jacket.
Hello, Jurgen. John Cross from the Daily Mirror. I was just going to ask you again about the pitch, if I may. Does that potentially affect the game as a spectacle? And does that even matter, just as long as you win? And I just wonder, what would lifting the trophy mean for further success for this incredible group of players?
Oh, a completely different question. Let's start with the pitch. I think both teams are technical teams, and you would wish, in a dream world, a dreamland, that the pitch is the best you ever saw in your life. That's obviously not the case. I'm not sure, was Real Madrid already here? Did they train already, or will they train after us?
Afterwards.
Yeah. We'll hear the same from Carlo. So, yes, and definitely if you win, then you don't care about the pitch. That's easy to say. I don't know how bad it is, to be honest, or how good it is, because I only saw it now. Let's have to say, and the referees were training on it. I saw the ball bouncing. That's good news. And now we will go on, and maybe it's fine. It's perfect. That looks not perfect. We will see that. That's it. If you want to make, I hope nobody made now a story of a Klopp this morning about a pitch, because I'm not. It's fine. But it's not. When you see it, you think, it could look different. But let's get a feeling for it. And that's very important today. Usually this kind of sessions are more for media. Because you want us to be here, we have to be here. The UEFA tells us to be here. Today I'm really happy that we are here, because we can now feel it and can pass a few balls on that. And we'll see. But what was the third part? Oh yeah, a lot, of course. But that's the world of sports. That's the world we are living in. We get judged by the final result. I think if you are a football person, then you know what my boys did so far this season is absolutely exceptional. But of course, in the end, it's all measured by the color of the medal you get after a game. That's how it is, and we are fine with that. We are ready for that. But history will tell us what people say about us because of these kind of games. I'm more than happy and very proud of what we did so far. Pretty special. A lot of games, a lot of finals, a lot of tight, close decisions, like penalty shootouts, stuff like this. There might be people out there who think it's only one in penalty shootouts. Believe me, after 120 minutes playing Chelsea and then being ready still for the penalty shootout is one of the most difficult things you can imagine. From my point of view, I will feel better if we win the game, definitely, much better. And that's, in the moment, the only thing I'm concerned about. How can we make sure that that will happen?
Okay, one here, please.
Servus, Herr Klopp, Florian Plettenberg von Sky Germany. Ganz einfache Frage zum Start. Wer ist eigentlich Favorit?
Bitte nicht auf Deutsch, weil wir keine Übersetzung haben auf Deutsch.
One more in English. Hi, Mr. Klopp. My name is Florian from Sky Germany.
Now in French, please.
No. Yeah, I've improved my French skills today. So,
What room is it, Klopp?
first question: who's the favorite in this match? Easy question. Second question.
Easy question. Okay.
Yeah, second question is about Mané. As you can imagine, would he be a big thing for the Bundesliga and for Bayern Munich? And is he the compensation that you get Thiago from Bayern Munich years ago?
Very prepared. You asked a question in German, and they would have said it's not allowed. What was the question? Yeah, no, honestly, I forgot the beginning. Favorite. Yeah. And you said easy question. So I cannot see that as an easy question because I don't have an easy answer. I don't know. So if you look at the history of the club, if you look at the experience of the other team, if you look about the way Real Madrid celebrated pretty much comebacks, had comebacks in the games, crazy, then I would say, from my point of view, it's Real Madrid because of the experience. But actually, I want us to be on the same level, these kind of things, thinking us on the same level, want to be us in this game, being completely ourselves. And if we are on the top of our game, we are difficult to play. We are really difficult to play then. That's my only concern at the moment, that we do that we be ourselves, that we be really confident as well. But of course, the confidence level of the Madrid players is incredibly high. It's an important part in football to be confident and sure about yourself and these kind of things. So, favorite, I don't know. I couldn't care less. And then we started already talking about Sadio, right? And this is the wrong moment to speak about that. So, I said it before. So, wherever Sadio will play next season, he will be a big player, definitely.
One here in the front, please.
Hi, Jurgen. Joe Prince Wright from NBC. We often talk about the 2018 final as the reference point for this team reaching a Champions League final for the first time under you. What, in the last 4 years, have you seen change and develop in your team? What are you most proud of? And how will that hold you instead for tomorrow night's game?
Look, in the world out there, you have to be all... Whatever you do, you have to gain experience, huh? So in the first day when you do a job the first time, it's not that you say, oh my God, it was the best day in my life, and then you everything what I had to do. But then from there you go, and then maybe you have your first little successes here, little things you achieve there, and all these kind of things, and all of a sudden you are on a big stage and you have to deliver. We delivered that night, but the circumstances hit us. So that's how it is, and we couldn't react. And we couldn't react because it was a long season as well, that time, when we arrived pretty much on 3 wheels. think we didn't have a full bench, if I'm 100% sure. Maybe we couldn't fill the bench completely. Don't know that anymore. But players came back from injuries. Key players came back from injuries. And then what happened? Who knows what happened? And the goals we conceded happened. Our goalie had a concussion. We should not. I know nobody thinks about that, but he had a concussion. It was proven afterwards, not during. And so things happened. So it was important, and you have to learn to win. You have to. And nobody can wait for that. No, everybody tells you, no, you have to do it now, and you have to do it now. But I said a couple of times, I had to learn it the hard way, really hard way. I lost a lot of finals in my life, and thankfully the last few we could win, and we all had to learn that, and this team learned it. The problem what we have now, we face a team who never lost a final. So it was once in my life, somebody told me, the more often you win something, the more likely it gets that you will not win it anymore. I'm not sure Real Madrid thinks like that, but I have that dream a little bit, that it's the case. And yeah, so we just, the boys developed in the last few years enormously. The club is in a good place. Everybody is connected. All these kind of things. We know we were part of a big club, of a massive club, and meanwhile the boys are exactly the right players for this big club. That I think people saw that slightly different when I arrived, and so we're in a good moment, and we are ready for this final. And 18 was important, but 19 was more important. So let's see what we can do.
Okay, one more here in the front.
Hello, Coach. Babacar Ndao Faye, E-Media in Senegal. We hear you in a recent interview saying that you had forgotten Sadio Mane among the potential candidates of the Ballon d'Or. Do you think this final can decide the Ballon d'Or holder for him, who won the last African Cup of Nations, in addition to what you have achieved at Liverpool?
When you think about how these kind of competitions are won, then probably yes. You're either Ronaldo, Messi, or you won the Champions League final. I think that's the way you do it. That's how it was in the last few years, or not? So yes, it will increase the chance, definitely.
The gentleman in the pink polo, please.
Walid Al-Hadidi from Monosport FM, Egypt and Nahar, Kuwait. You always call yourself the normal one, and all others do, and even your famous mug do. So in tomorrow's match against Real Madrid, do you think the normal way of Liverpool, as we saw all over the season, enough to win this match, or you need to make something abnormal or surprise in the match, in the lineup, or the way of playing?
It's not that. So if I would do now something surprising for my players, for example, then they could think I'm nervous. If I come now out and a rabbit out of the head or whatever, these kind of things, and I believe when you do the right stuff all the time, then it's the right thing to do in the final as well. But it has to be on the highest level possible. So we obviously played some really, really good stuff this season. We are not here by surprise, or we got a ticket or something like that. We deserved it as well. And so being us on the highest level would be cool if we could do that. Because then we are really, then we are really uncomfortable opponent, a real uncomfortable opponent. That's what we have to be. How I said, we can talk about what Real Madrid achieved in the past and this season, how good their players are. We probably could write a book together now about this team, but we are good as well, and that's what we want to show.
We'll take one last question online, which comes from Christian Kamp from the Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung. Let's see if this works.
It's about Eintracht Frankfurt then. Yeah, oh God. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, it works. In English, please.
Okay. Great, wonderful. Not asking about Eintracht Frankfurt, but going back to Kiev as everybody else. Sorry to disappoint you. But not talking about the final itself, but talking about the circumstances you played and what happened to Kiev since, and now playing in a final that should have been taking place in St. Petersburg in Russia. Is there any space in your mind that has thoughts about this, or is it just concentrating completely on football? Like, does this game have any special significance beyond football, you could say?
Until you ask me now, I was only concerned about the game. To be 100% honest, I sit in a press conference. I'm not sure if you expect from me now a political message. I was, to be honest, I have none. I'm happy that the game is here for thousands of reasons, and yeah, it's a really strange one now. That's how we can kill them all. It's fine. It's fine. The war is still going on. You're right, and we have to think about that. And let's see like this: that the game still happens, and is not in St. Petersburg. Maybe is exactly the right message what Russia should get. Life goes on, even when you try to destroy it. So, and we play this final for all the people, not only, but as well for all the people in the Ukraine. I'm pretty sure there are some who can watch it, and we do it for you as well, 100%.